lost money at the exchange for one simple reason that I did not think about. Hey there, Lequita Travels. I document how small, intentional decisions create freedom, flexibility, wellness, and a work from anywhere life. So, I have my US dollars, like I just had money that I just had, right? And then I go to the exchange to exchange my money, and it was at least $100, right? Worth of US dollars I couldn't exchange. And the lady looks at my money, and she just, because I'm in Thailand, so there's a language barrier there. Like, I don't understand her language, she doesn't understand my language. But what I did understand was when she pointed at my money and she just pointed at the rip, it was like, and it basically was like, no good, like, no. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, it really did not dawn on me that it probably would have made more sense if I would have actually went to the bank and gotten fresh dollar bills. It genuinely just didn't cross my mind. So that's one thing that I've learned from this experience was in the future, I would just go to the bank and get all fresh dollars, or at least if I have money, I would just see if I can exchange that money for fresh dollars, because thankfully, I did, take out, a decent amount of money. However, it's at some point, I'm going to actually have to start using one of my cards that I forgot what it's called right now. But basically, it's a card that you can get where you could put money on it and just transfer from your US account to this particular debit card. It's a green card. I cannot think of it for the life of me, but I'll make sure and put it in the comments if I'm able to figure out what the name of the card is. I just can't remember right now. But it allows you to withdraw money from this particular card by using that particular, I guess an online banker. I don't know what it is, but either way, it has that option to withdraw money. So I'll be doing that in the future. At least at this time I'm still in Thailand, so it's not really a concern, but it's just I want you to be aware, hey, if you are traveling internationally, get fresh money, because in my regular life I'm extremely detail oriented, but for whatever reason it just, I guess I didn't even notice the money had small rips in it. And that was $100 US, so that's roughly almost 2,900 Thai dollars that I can't use. And I'm quite sure I'll still be okay once I get to Vietnam. But at some point, since I'm traveling Asia for a whole 4 months, I'm going to have to use that probably debit card to withdraw money from an ATM. And when you withdraw money from an ATM, it's going to be in that country's foreign currency. So that's something to just be mindful of. Also, it was interesting that once I arrived in I want to say, I think it was the Thailand airport, I want to say, I didn't have to throw my water away. So that was funny, because in the US, when you go through the airports, you have to actually throw away bottles of water. But at the Thailand airport, I didn't. With one of my connecting flights, I had big bottles of water, and it was oh no, you could take water. Oh my god, the sweat is going in my, I sweat every day, but the sweat is burning today. But anyways, yes, so that was different. And ironically, when I left the US, I had some utensils, because I'm oh my goodness, I'm gonna be flying for at least 35 hours or something. And that's a lot of different, even though with international flights, they do feed you. So that's something to keep in mind. So you don't really have to worry about food when you're on the flights, because for the most part, you're going to get fed on all of your flights, especially if you take the economical route that I took. So my flights totaled almost 35 hours. It was forever today. Now, the shortest flight to Asia was 24 hours. And for context, I was traveling from Portland, Oregon. So because of me traveling from Portland, I think I had to connect in San Francisco. And then I think New Delhi, I think India. So it could have been the airport in India, to be honest. It might not even been the Thailand airport. Either it was either the India airport or it was the Thailand airport where I'd have to throw my water away. But it's one of the two. And what I was going to say, as far as the food. They're going to feed you. Like I said, the shortest flight is probably like 24 hours. But that flight was probably, oh my gosh, my ticket was only like $533. Like I got it for the low. But the flight for like 20 to fly within 24 hours might have been almost like $4,000. So it was like, oh, run me that $533 ticket, please, and thank you. And also international flights, you do get typically a blanket, you get complimentary wine, and even on one of my flights, Air India, they actually had like some whiskey and some other hard stuff that was on like the regular card for like basic economy for that $533 ticket. And that, oh, and for context, that's a one-way ticket, because I didn't get a ticket to go back to the US because I wasn't sure where I was going to be, because I knew I was going to be in Thailand for roughly 30 days, then Da Nang, Vietnam for at least 30 days, even though I do have the 90-day visa to be in Vietnam. So I might stay in Vietnam for 90 days, or I might just come back to Thailand because I absolutely love it here. So that's just a few things I can think of right offhand. Make sure you get fresh dollars. When it comes, oh, that's what I'm saying about the food. With the food, I actually had a fork, a butter knife, and a spoon in my lunch bag because I packed my food, because I was going to have like a 9-hour layover. And I was like, even I think I still ended up buying something because by that time the food wasn't any good. But still, from the US, I was able to bring butter knife, spoon, fork. When I got to a connecting flight, it was either Thailand or India, one of the two, they would not let me take that fork and spoon on the flight, nor the butter knife. Like that was a weapon. Yet they let me take water. So that's something else to consider, like when you're traveling. Like just be mindful of what's like the rules, the regulations. Also, in the US, since I always walk like every morning, I typically have like pepper spray and like a little small mini taser in my fanny pack. Nothing has ever happened, thank goodness. Everything has always been amazing, like no problems. But I typically have those in my fanny pack, and I was actually going to pack those in my fanny pack in my check luggage. And then once I read, did some Google searching, and I be doggone, pepper spray and what I said, and tasers are illegal, so you can't even have those in different countries. So it's just little nuances to just be like mindful of, when you're traveling, so you don't get in any trouble. Because yes, if you are American, the U.S. Embassy will help you with certain things related to maybe logistics, navigating, stuff like that. But they're not there to like come bail you out of jail. And I've seen like different posts online where people have gotten in trouble for various things that's typically legal. Like even I think recently one lady got in trouble because she had some weed with her. Well, where she lives at, weed was legal, so it was totally fine. Well, and even here in Thailand, okay, like they have the little weed dispensaries. I'm not like a weed smoker, but they do have the dispensaries here, so clearly it must be legal or something. And like I said, I didn't go inside the building, so I don't know what kind of weed is there. I don't know if it's like the the CBD or if it's like something else. I'm not really sure, but either way. But I think she was going to, I don't know if it was Bali or where she was actually going to, but either way, she got arrested. And she was, she had posted a GoFundMe to get some help and get some support with being able to get bailed out. So those was some of the most important things I would say, just from being here in Thailand. Make sure you have fresh dollars. So with every dollar, American dollar or wherever you're from, make sure you have the fresh dollar bill, so then you can exchange it. So pretty much I have to make sure I keep track of that $100. Well, it's not even a $100 bill, it's like 520s, because they recommended like don't carry like big bills, because it's a chance that the foreign exchange little shops, and they're everywhere, won't accept like $100 bills. So it's like 5 different 20s that was like ripped, I can't use. So make sure you get some fresh dollars if possible. Be mindful of what you can and can't take at the airport, because certain things that's okay to take on, I guess, carry-ons, with your country, it's totally fine, but then with the other country, it might not be. And then also, I talked about the, tasers, pepper spray. So I did get like a personal alarm to put in my fanny pack. Once again, everything is awesome. The people in Phuket, Thailand, just mind their business. I'm actually in the Rawai Beach area, so it's like no issues. Everybody just do their thing. They just kind of greet me, and we all just keep it moving. No, and even also I would say about being here, no one is like coming up to you like begging or any of that stuff. Like I've been to some places where you're so bombarded with individuals that's coming to buy this, get this, catch this. And here is just, they just be like, if you come up to me and ask me a question, I answer. But besides that, they be about their business. Like they're not bothering you at all. So those are just a few things to keep in mind whenever you're planning to do some traveling. This is Lequita Travels.